Let's talk friendships. I'm a very publicly extroverted person. I thrive on interaction with other people. That being said, however, only with people I really know. I mean, I'm not great at social interactions with new people, which is totally fine. Like introverted, extroverted, they're separate things from being good and confident socially. You can be a socially awkward extrovert as well as a super outgoing and friendly introvert. That's not what introvert and extrovert means. But that being said, let me tell you some stories. The story so far of my friendships in life. Sounds like fun? No? Too bad. The first friend I can ever remember having was this girl, Madison. Or Madeline? I'm 70% sure it was Madison. Sorry, Madison, or Madeline, if you happen to be watching this. I don't remember your name. But in my defense, we were young. I'm pretty sure it was the kind of thing where like our parents were friends, and so they were like, oh yeah, trust me, little Chris, you want to have a play date with her, so I can, go over and have tea. I don't know what. My mom didn't drink tea. Yeah, like I now that I think about it, like most of my early friends, which I'm sure like is the case, for most of the time, like all my friends were. My parents were friends with them, and so they just happened to have children that I guess I was just forced to be with, and then actually did become good friends with, like my friend Sarah, who I hung out with a couple months ago. Oh my god! Oh my gosh, it's been almost a decade! Fun fact, before that day, I hadn't seen her since... Yeah. It's a good thing we still get along. Fast forward a few more years. Now, I am in school. I was in this tiny class. Yeah, I think we were like 7 kids in this private school up in Sacramento. I think originally it was me and my friend Holton, who I'm still friends with to this day, honestly. He's on Twitter. Go hit him up. Give him some love. It was also my friend Zach and Steven. Yeah. Oh my gosh, the shenanigans we got into. I was always like the awkward, like scared, like I was the goody two-shoes of the group. Steven was the bad boy of the group. Zach was kind of the yeah, actually, now that I think about it, Zach was more of the goody two-shoes than I was. I'm pretty sure that now he's like training to become a pastor or something in theology. So it makes sense. Great guy. Love you, Zach. I haven't really talked to Steven since. Like, we're friends on Facebook, but I mean... Oh, I forgot to mention, way back, I think this was before school, there was this girl, Holly, who was my first crush. I put that in quotes because I realize now I just liked hanging out with her, but to my little mind, I had always heard like, oh, a boy and girl can't be friends without it being a crush, so I guess I have a crush on her? Anyway, she sticks out of my mind because she had the same last name as my great-grandmother. Spelled slightly differently, but that was enough to weird out little me. I've looked for her on Facebook, cannot freaking find her. Holy crap, that's so creepy. I don't even know what she would look like. Like, I have not seen her since, like, kindergarten, so I don't know what she looks like. Maybe I could, like, pull a Julian Smith. If you know a Holly Radke, send this to her. Hi, Holly. Wow, we haven't talked in forever. I don't know what else to say. We haven't seen each other since kindergarten. Nothing probably in common. Okay, nice seeing you again. Goodbye. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. School. Well... After I actually left that school, we moved to North Carolina. We moved to North Carolina in 2007. I was about 11 years old. And we started homeschooling. And for almost 4 years, I didn't have any friends. My younger brother Noah, there were a bunch of kids his age in the neighborhood, and I hung out with them occasionally when they would do their thing, but just because I was lonely and little extroverted heart wanted to interact with people, but there was no one my age that I really could. I mean, there were people from the church we were going to for a while, but I didn't really... I wasn't really good friends. Yeah, I wasn't really friends with them. Like, we weren't the same... I don't know. We didn't have anything in common, so friendship didn't really happen. It was more just like well, I know you, you know me. We're here in this church together, so I guess we're going to talk to each other, but You know what I mean? And that was very difficult. Because, yeah, I didn't have anyone. And then I met my friend Andrew. We started going to this shul, and that's where I'm pretty sure we actually started going around the time of my friend Andrew's bar mitzvah. So that's where I really kind of got to know him. Fun fact, the first time I ever interacted with Andrew, it had just snowed, so there was snow all along the ground. Being from, like, California, I didn't know how to make a snowman. So I'm out there in the snow right outside of the shul, trying to roll the snow into a ball, but it wasn't really working because I didn't know that you had to actually turn it in multiple directions. I just kind of figured if you just roll it forwards, it'll make a ball instead of this weird... This kid comes up to me and he's all, what are you doing? And not wanting to admit that I didn't know what I was doing. Oh, I'm making a snow snail. Yeah, a snow snail. And if my memory is serving me correctly, which it may not be, he helped me push and we made the biggest frickin' snow snail that had ever been made there. It was majestic. It was legendary. They still talk about it to this day. No, they don't. All the kids there were like babies when we were young. Anyway, yes, so Andrew was pretty much my only friend for quite a number of years until eventually there started being more people at the synagogue that were, around our age and got, we were... Because we were both like kind of the odd ones out, there were the older girls that had their little clique, I guess, and then it was me and Andrew, and we were the bros. Anyway, it was kind of hard for me though, because I could only see him really once a week, on Saturdays. But then we would always, after shul, I would go over to his house with his family and be with him, have a sleepover, and then head home the next day. And it was great. I loved that. That went on for years and years and years. And I remember eventually when he got his own car, he was like, Chris, I can just come over now whenever I want during the week. And you have to know, probably shouldn't admit this publicly on the internet. We don't anymore, but at that time, we would just leave our house unlocked during the day. So you just... There was a few times, he would let us know when he was coming, but he didn't let me know when he would arrive. So I just go downstairs and, oh, there he is. Oh. There was this one time we got back. I think I was vlogging this day. We were coming back from some vacation and we walk inside and there he is in our kitchen making spaghetti. He was actually here before we got here.
Yeah.
He just broke into our house.
Chilling out. Making spaghetti.
So that is Andrew. He's been my best friend for so much of my life, and I am so grateful that I've known him, and I love you so much, man, if you happen to be watching this. And then I moved to LA. And, because the thing is, I never really learned how to make friends. And I'm not saying unsocialized homeschooler. It didn't really have anything to do with that. Just most of my friends growing up, I only really knew because my parents had known their parents first, It was always just kind of, I grown up with these people. So having to be proactive and actively make, oh my gosh, that was hard. Honestly, like right now, most of my friends are from the internet. That's why I had such a good time at VidCon, was because so many of my internet friends I was there in real life with. And I was like, yes, these are my people. I know you so well. Anyway, so I arrived here basically friendless. I did have one internet friend that lived here though, Becky, who I'm buddies with to this day. I remember though the first time I started to really make friends, I guess, was at the YouTube space. I was there for some VR event. I don't really care about that, to be honest. I was only there because it was oh, the YouTube space. I'm cool. I can go down to the YouTube space.
Oh no, we don't wanna do slow-mo, so tonight we'll just let go to the beat and treat every freak out singing like.
And I tried to make some. It didn't really go well. I always get super. whenever I'm in a big group of people, if I'm not the center of attention, that sounds so wrong to say, but yeah, if I'm not in the center of attention, then I just don't want to be noticed. You know, I don't want to get in the way. I don't want to inconvenience anyone, so we're like hide in the back. Which, to be fair, like it is a YouTube group. Like there's a lot of people hiding in the back. But yeah, that's where I met my friend Alex. You can do this. Oh, 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 oh! Okay, there were 2 pins.
There's another one behind it.
And yeah, like honestly, the number one thing that has helped me make friends is this channel, is doing this YouTube thing. That's how I met Ryan Beard, because Lord Davidson, he was one of his friends. And my friend Britt, who stumbled upon, I don't even remember how I think it was like a Facebook group, I don't know, but I linked my channel and she watched some of those. That honestly is how that's how I made a lot of my friends. This twin sauce, my friend's twin sauce. It was Abby Johnson who recommended me to them, so they checked out my channel and they knew what I looked like, so thank you, Abby. Basically what I'm saying is, the best decision of my life, the most life-changing, was in 2013 when I created this YouTube channel. It has revolutionized my life, my relationships, and I love it so much, and I love my friends so much, and I want to make more friends. Like, I don't want to be one of those stuck-up people, you know, that's always like, ugh, you're not at 10,000 subscribers, you can't talk to... No, I am so desperate for social interaction. So yeah, if you, for whatever reason, happen to be new here, and this is your first video of mine you're checking out, I'm sorry it was so long and rambly and boring, but yeah, I do want to actually be your friend. Just please don't stalk me and murder me, is all I ask. Yeah, I've been thinking about all of that a lot and just needed to get it off my chest. So again, that's a great, this is my therapy. Like, why pay someone to talk to them when I could just confess all of my deep inner thoughts publicly to anybody, friends, future employers, my mother. Hi mom, I know you're watching this. Oh, I love this. I love doing this. I love everything about video and the people I've gotten to meet through it. And I'm not gonna stop. Like, if it's changed my life so much already, I am so excited for what the future is going to bring. And honestly, just like the stuff that goes into running a YouTube channel has made me a better person. Like, obviously, you have to make sure your set is clean, which has translated into just my daily life. And, like, I guess my branding, if you will, is positivity and optimism, which is great. It was a very conscious choice and something that has actually changed me fundamentally as a person. As anyone, hopefully, who knows me in real life will say, I do genuinely try to be positive. And even just like this, I have been recording for 22 minutes. 22 minutes, mind you. I have kept this smile on my face, mostly. It's the smile trick, you know? And I feel great right now. And I don't know. I don't want to even think about the kind of person that I would be if I wasn't maintaining this channel. It actually is my life. Speaking of branding, stay positive. Okay, that video is done. I am freaking turning on the AC in this room. It is so hot, so hot. I'm probably sweating so hard. You can see I'm just so shiny. It's too hot.